We all know that feeling, right? That initial spark in our faith. It feels so vibrant, so alive.
Absolutely, it's powerful.
But what happens when that intense enthusiasm seems to cool off a bit? Not because you stop believing, but maybe that fire just isn't burning quite as brightly.
Mm, that's a really common thing. And it's actually our focus today.
Yeah, we're doing a deep dive into why this happens, looking at what our source material suggests about, well, reigniting that passion.
It's often a subtle shift, isn't it?
Yeah.
The source material really highlights how easily our hearts can grow a bit. Lukewarm, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
toward Jesus, even if we still hold the same core beliefs.
Right. Lukewarm is a good word for it.
And it points out that, the daily grind, life's distractions, maybe some doubts or discouragement creeping in.
Or just being tired, responsibilities.
Exactly. All that can gradually pull our focus and energy away from that initial fervor.
So it's not usually some dramatic falling away, but more like a slow fade.
Yep.
And the source makes a really key point. Just going through the motions, the rituals, the routines of faith. It's just not the same as having a truly engaged heart.
No, it's that inner longing, that deep connection that seems to sometimes lessen over time. Mere adherence isn't really what it's about.
It's about something more alive.
And this is where that story, the one on the road to Emmaus, really seems to resonate with what the source is saying.
Oh, yeah, Luke 24.
Right. Remember the quote, "Did not our hearts burn within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?"
Mm-hmm. Powerful.
Even though these disciples had literally walked with Jesus before, their hearts only truly caught fire, burned, when he opened the scriptures to them.
So it wasn't just being near him.
Well, the insight here seems to be it wasn't just proximity, but actively engaging with his word, with him, through the word, that sparked that intense feeling.
Okay, so it implies a real interaction is needed. A deliberate drawing near, maybe?
I think so.
And that connects, doesn't it, with that idea from Revelation about losing our first love.
Revelation 2, yeah. You have forsaken your first love.
The source emphasizes this wasn't about them abandoning their faith or stopping their good deeds or anything.
No, not at all. It was a loss of that deep, affectionate closeness they initially felt for Jesus. That intimacy.
It's kind of sobering how easily that deep affection can diminish if we're not intentional.
It really is. And if we look at the bigger picture the source presents, it seems pretty clear that Jesus desires more than just our dutiful obedience. He wants our hearts
Yeah.
fully.
He wants us, not just what we do.
Exactly. And when that love is the driving force, the source suggests that our service, our worship, how we interact with other people,
Everything else.
yeah, all that just flows more naturally from that passionate connection. It's not forced.
And it's not just an inward feeling either, is it? The source links this burning love directly to how we see and treat other people.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
It suggests that when our hearts are truly on fire for Christ, that love spills over. It becomes compassion and care for those around us.
So you start seeing people maybe more like Jesus does, like lost and in need of that same love.
Precisely. And that inner fire, that burning heart, it becomes a kind of light, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something that can actually warm others and testify to God's power in a real way.
A light to the world.
So maybe for you listening, it's worth considering.
Yeah.
Does that initial spark feel more like a flicker these days?
A bit dim, perhaps?
Yeah. This deep dive into the source material, it really points to a clear call to actively seek to rekindle that passion for Jesus. Don't just settle for lukewarm.
So the encouragement is to actually ask for that flame to be reignited, to let any coldness just melt away.
That seems to be the core message. It's an invitation back to that burning heart.
Okay. So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe just let that sink in for a moment, and perhaps take this final thought from the source with you. May our hearts ever burn for the one who gave everything for us. It's really a reminder, isn't it? Seeking that burning heart, keeping that fire alive, it's a continuous journey, something to keep exploring.